go to the synagogue. I'm a Jew. I go to the synagogue.
In that synagogue, is the laws of God enforced in that synagogue?
My rabbi is from Israel. He's an Israelite.
Rabbi, he's an Israelite. What you mean? Like he's one of these on his side, you're saying?
Okay, so if it's because of the seed of the father, what about the people that came over here as slaves and that was raped and their father wasn't a Jew?
It's not about who the father, it's about finding knowledge. I love knowledge. I seek knowledge.
For what is your master?
Because rabbi means master.
That's right.
There's only one master. No, we don't do whatever we want. That's what got us in slavery. Hey, she ain't saying that. She like, well, I don't know about all that.
Let's not go there. She got a church.
Oh Lord.
I go to the synagogue. I'm a Jew. I go to the synagogue.
You okay? You go to the synagogue? You say you a Jew?
Yep.
All right. Now, are there Jewish people at the synagogue you go to?
Yes.
Okay. Black, white, Hispanic, whoever just believe on the Lord, huh?
That's right.
Okay, all right. And what church y'all go to? Okay. Don't go to a church, all right? Because the churches of Christianity is a lie. Now, let's talk about the synagogue, right? In that synagogue, is the laws of God enforced in that synagogue?
Yes.
All right, give me that in Acts, where they were in the synagogue and they was keeping the Sabbath. I think it's Acts 18 or Acts 17, you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Let's talk about what's supposed to be going on in the synagogue.
Yes, sir.
Should all nations be in the synagogue? Read what you got.
Book of Acts, chapter 17 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
Now when they had passed through Amphilus and Apollonia, they came to Thessalonica, where there was a synagogue of the Jews.
Of the who?
Of the Jews.
So the synagogue that Paul taught in had the Jews in there.
That's right.
Now you say, I go to the synagogue, I'm a Jew. All praises. But are those white people Jews in there?
Bring it out.
Yes.
No, they're not.
No, that's right.
Bring it out.
My rabbi is from Israel. He's an Israelite.
Rabbi, he's an Israelite. What you mean? Like he's one of these on his side, you're saying? When you say he's an Israelite?
Yes.
And he's a which one is your rabbi?
He's a darker skin.
A darker skin. Which one of these would he be?
I don't know which one he is.
Sis, let's just be, is he a white man or is he a black man?
Bring it out.
Come on, sis, we ain't playing games up here.
He's not white.
He's not white?
not
Is he
white.
a so-called black, Hispanic, or Native American? Or is he a part of the diaspora? What
Bring
is
it
he?
out.
He's got a darker skin tone.
Huh?
He's got a darker skin tone.
Okay.
He don't have a pale skin tone.
All right, he don't got a pale skin. All right. I think you playing games with me,
No.
sis. But let's get this, because you said rabbi. There's only one rabbi.
That's right.
Hold on. Let's get the Bible. And we all gonna learn from this, all right? Read.
Book of Matthew, chapter 23 and verse 8.
Come on.
But be not ye called rabbi.
What?
But be not ye called rabbi. For one is your master.
For how many?
For one is your master.
Because rabbi means master.
That's right.
There's only one master.
That's
Read.
Even Christ.
Even who?
Even Christ.
So this guy that you say is a darker skin tone.
He's not my master. I only got one master.
Oh, you say your rabbi, sis. Rabbi mean master.
Bring it out.
I hear what you're saying. but I
No.
only got one
That's what
master.
the Bible says.
Right.
Stay with me though. Stay with me.
Okay.
All right? Now, is he Christ?
No.
So he should not be having the title of rabbi.
That's right.
So it don't matter if you look at him like that. That's what he's professing himself to be.
Right.
What did Jesus Christ say? Read it again.
But be not ye called rabbi.
You think if he's a so-called teacher of the Bible, you think he never read that verse?
Yes.
Okay then. See, we gotta be mindful of who we following.
Bring it out.
Everybody won't pick up the Bible. Everybody got some knowledge. Everybody won't sit in front of a camera. Everybody got some knowledge. But is it according to thus said the Lord? That's who we follow. We follow. Remember, Paul said, "Be ye followers of me as I follow Christ." He's now following Christ, calling himself a rabbi. And there's other ways where I can see that. All right? Now go back to where I had you at. Let's deal with this synagogue. Let's say if you should be returning to the synagogue. My brother, this your wife?
No, that's sister.
That's your sister. Okay. You're not trying to recruit him into that synagogue, are you?
No, I don't.
Okay. But you do understand that you're a Jew, right?
Free will.
You understand? Wait, free will. All right, we're going to talk about that.
That means I do, pretty much.
No, we don't do whatever we want.
No, I'm saying
That's what got us in slavery, following our own mind. No, we don't follow our own mind. That got us in slavery.
Right.
God told us what to do. What we need to follow our own mind for? All right, let's read. I'm going to calm down a little bit. I love my people. We passionate. Read what you got.
Book of Acts, chapter 17 and verse 1.
Come on.
Now when they had passed through Amphipolis and Enopilia, they came to Thessalonica, where was a synagogue of the Jews.
So the Jews was in a synagogue. Who are the Jews? Light skin? Don't get confused with skin color. It's not a color thing. Because we can't say my sister not a Jew because she light skinned. Don't get confused about color. It's about the seed of the fathers.
That's right.
So who are the Jews? The descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
That's right.
Specifically, Jacob. That's the children of the Jews, the Israelites. You understand?
That's right.
And how do we know that? Because the Jews are black, thus said the Lord.
That's
Jesus Christ was a Jew. We just finished going over that.
Right.
All right? Read verse 2.
Book of Acts, chapter 17 and verse 2. And Paul, as his manner was, went in unto them, and 3 Sabbath days reasoned with them out of the scriptures.
He reasoned with them. He was teaching the scriptures on the Sabbath day. Guess what we getting ready to go do when we finish teaching? We going to our school, right? We don't call it a synagogue. We call it a school because it's a place of learning. We going now and we going to reason in the scriptures.
Let me ask you a question.
Hold what you got. We like questions. I'm going to get your question. But the point is, they was going over the scriptures.
Right.
So guess what? If you were used to that, my sister, you wouldn't come to the men of God reading the Bible with your head uncovered. You wouldn't come before the men of God without fringes on your dress.
Right.
And don't think I'm beating you down. What I want you to see is your teachers are leading you wrong.
That's right.
It's that God has a problem with them. When you read Matthew chapter 23, Christ is rebuking the Pharisees for being hypocritical leaders. We don't do that up here. You understand? Right. So it's our job to correct and to teach you and lead you right. Now, if you choose to go back, that's on you. That's between you and the Lord.
Right.
But you cannot say you did not know. You understand?
Bring it out.
All right, what's your question?
Okay, so you're saying that it's according to the Father, right?
The seed of the Father.
Okay.
That's what the Bible said. Give me that.
So,
we don't say nothing.
I'm not finished with my question.
I'm going to let you get your question.
Okay, so if it's because of the seed of the Father, what about the people that came over here as slaves and that was raped and their father wasn't a Jew?
All right, I hear this question a lot. We always hear this question.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
Okay.
Number 1, was rape happening to our people? Yes, it's one of the curses. We just read that earlier.
That's right.
But you gotta remember something, sis. You know how many children we was having back then? See, today, the white man, he got many devices. But if we think back to your generation, how many children Big Mama was having? 17, 18. So you think the sperm of some little white man was out doing that? One time?
No,
2 times? No! Guess what? We still was being with our women. We still was having children. You understand? And guess what? Even if that's the case, we gonna deal with that. Read what you got.
Book of Numbers, chapter 1 and verse 18.
Come on.
And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month. And they declared their pedigrees.
Your pedigree is your lineage. You understand? Your generation, your genealogy. Right? Let's see what it goes by. Read.
After their families, by the house of their fathers.
By the house of the fathers. It go by the seed of the father. You are what your father is. Now, do we have all of our records and all of that? Can we trace back out? No, we was destroyed in slavery.
That's right.
But we got this Bible.
Right.
They can't take it from us. Romans 8 and 16. They can't take the Bible from us. Because what did Deuteronomy 28 say, sis? Do you know Deuteronomy 28?
You got it right here.
My brother, do you know Deuteronomy 28? There's a verse we're going to read about the seed. Come on.
Book of Romans, chapter 8 and verse 16. The Spirit itself bear witness with our spirit.
So the Spirit is the Bible. This Bible bears witness with our spirit. How? Because we can go in the Bible and read this, and we see in images that it happened to us.
That's right.
That's how we know we the children of God. Read on.
That we are the children of God.
So guess what? As long as, if your spirit bear witness with that, since you better roll with it, put your best foot forward in keeping the commandments.
That's right.
You got that, my brother? So it ain't your own mind. It said the Spirit bear witness with our spirit. The Bible we got to bear witness with the Bible, not with our own mind. You understand? Deuteronomy 28, I want 45 and 46.
Yes, sir.
I'm answering your question, sis. What if, you know, we don't know our daddy and we came over here on slavery and we might have been raped by the white man. Just listen to the Bible. Read.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee.
All these what?
All these curses.
Remember, slavery was a curse.
That's
For doing what? For doing what?
Not being obedient.
Not being obedient. For doing our own free will.
That's
I'm
right.
gonna keep hitting you with that, because we gotta cast down that thought.
That's right.
Read.
And shall pursue thee and overtake thee till thou be destroyed.
So were we destroyed? Yes, we were. Read. That's what you talking about. We destroyed. We lost our name for a curse, like it says in Isaiah. We discontinued from our heritage, like it says in Jeremiah. But you think God's just gonna leave his people just out there? Read.
Because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes, which he command thee.
Verse 46.
And they shall be upon thee.
And the they is the curses. The curses should be upon us, the Israelites. Read.
For a sign.
For a what?
For a sign.
How do we know we on Park Ave?
You know?
Because the sign. So it's identifying. So what is the curses doing?
Identifying.
They showing us what sign? Identifying what?
That's right.
That we are the people.
That we are the people of God.
That's right.
Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does.
But that's not it. Read.
And for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
So guess what, sis? White people, they doing better than us. They the head and we the tail right now.
That's right.
We ain't doing so good.
Right.
So those of us that it might have happened during slavery, guess what? We still going through these curses today. That's that sign upon the seed of who the children are.
That's right.
Forever. We would never be mixed up. You understand?
Yeah.
As far as confused, and guess what? The Bible is going to find who it's for. Now, give me Matthew 13. That's not it. Because you might still got some doubt. Well, what if we just don't know? What if they look just like a white man? Guess what? Don't you know they got chocolate-covered white people? And they got pale-skinned black people?
Yeah.
That's why it's not a color thing. Who know who Cameron Diaz is? The actress, right?
Yeah.
She played in The Mask.
Yeah, I know.
She played in Any Given Sunday. Y'all know her, right?
Yeah.
She identified as a white woman. But guess what? She is from the tribe of Issachar. Her father is a so-called Mexican.
Right.
See that? It's not a color thing.
Bring it
And
out.
she got blonde hair and all of that. That's from interracial marriage, which is another sin. Alright? You got me? The
Yes,
parable
sir.
of the wheat and tares?
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
Book of Matthew, chapter 13, and verse 37. And he answered and said unto them, he that soweth the good seed is the Son of Man.
So guess what? The good seed is the Israelites. Read.
The field is the world.
The field is the world, right? Read.
The good seed are the children of the kingdom. But the tares are the children of the wicked one.
So the children of the wicked one, the other nations, that's the tares, right? Now, listen good. Read.
The enemy that sowed them is the devil.
The devil interracial married us. The devil tried to mix us up.
That's
Read.
right. The harvest is the...
Wait. Who's the devil, sis? Satan, that's it, just the spiritual...
He's a fallen angel. He was the right hand of God.
All right, that's Christianity. Don't follow those. That's Catholicism. That ain't true. All right? But listen, Jesus Christ sits on the right hand of God, first and foremost.
That's right.
All right. But listen, the devil, the white man is the devil the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
Read.
The harvest is the end of the world, and the reapers are the angels.
So the angels is going to come to harvest. When you go, y'all a little older than I am, right? We in the South, so we understand about farming and agriculture. So we know when it's harvest time, it's time to go get the crop, right?
That's
The
right.
angels are going to come and they're going to get the crops. All right? Y'all young brothers, listen to this. Read.
As therefore the tares are gathered and burned in the fire.
So guess what? The tares, they're going to burn in the fire. But guess what? Somebody had a question just like you had. Read.
So shall it be in the end of this world. The Son of Man shall send forth his angels, and they shall gather out of his kingdom all things that offend, and them which do iniquity, and shall cast them into a furnace of fire.
So guess what? There's even some of the Israelites that's going in the furnace of fire if they don't repent. If they don't stop doing their own free will and going after their own mind,
I asked for that.
they're gonna be cast in the fire and burned with the tares.
Right.
There's no respect of persons of God. Meaning what? Even though we his people, we still gotta obey his commandments.
Oh, yes.
Read.
There shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth.
Come on.
Then shall the righteous shine forth as the sun into the kingdom of their Father. Who have ears to hear, let him hear.
All right. Did you jump up? I want the part about gather them together and they're gonna separate them.
Yes, sir.
You might have
Verse
started
30.
down. Yeah, let's go.
Let both grow together.
There we go. That's your question. So if somebody's spirit bear witness, guess what? It's not up for us to decide. That's why I was pressing you about your so-called rabbi.
That's
But
right.
it's not for me to say if he's an Israelite or not. If his spirit bear witness, okay, cool. But God and the angels is gonna sort it out. Read on.
Let both grow together until the harvest. And in the time of harvest, I will say to the reapers, gather ye together first the tares,
So guess what? He gonna gather them together first. Read.
and bind them up in bundles to burn them.
So guess what? The angels is going to separate who is not of the seed of the children of Israel. And they're going to separate who of the seed of Israel refuse to keep God's commandments. And they're going to be burned up. There's going to be weeping and gnashing of teeth. You understand that? Now, you've been here. You've been sitting. I was getting on you about that own free will. I want Jeremiah 17 and 9. I don't want you to ever say that again.
Let me tell you what I was saying.
Okay, hold up. Let me read the Bible and then I got you.
By free will, I'm meaning whichever church I decided. I'm not committed to one church.
Right.
That's what I meant by free will.
That's confusion.
The Bible.
That's confusion.
Right.
You think Peter and Paul was confused on who to follow?
It's not about who to follow. It's about finding knowledge. I look for knowledge. I seek knowledge.
Right.
Wherever I feel like I found the knowledge at.
I'm happy you said that. I got you. I got two scriptures for you. Let's get this right here.
Book of Jeremiah, chapter 17 and verse 9. The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked.
So guess what? That's why we don't follow our own mind. It's deceitful and desperately wicked. You understand? Now, do we have a choice? Yeah. Like Moses said, I said before you, life and death, blessing and cursing, right? But we really don't have a choice when you think about it. Because those that don't choose the Most High God and His commandments, what happens to them? They perish. So it's really not a choice. So now, if you're not at a church that's keeping the commandments, then you don't need to be there. You said knowledge, right? And you talked about your rabbi in the synagogue, right? And give me Malachi chapter 2. What should be taught? What is that knowledge? Oh, what days do you go to that synagogue?
We go Friday night.
Friday night, okay, that's the Sabbath. Uh-huh.
We don't do any work on Saturday.
That's what the law say, that's right. But do we talk about other commandments? The head covering, marriage, the modest apparel? Because you got your dress on, sis, but you need to zip up your jacket. You understand? You can't be having the girls out to play. That's immodest. You understand what I'm saying? You picking up what I'm telling you? So you might want to zip your jacket up. Big brother, where you at? You supposed to be on it. It don't matter how old y'all is. You still our brother.
I'm not no sinner. I'm from the synagogue. I don't know. I mean, you know.
But you know that, and you know your sister shouldn't be showing all of that.
Okay.
Come on now. Read.
Book of Malachi chapter 2 and verse 7.
Let's go.
For the priest's lips should keep knowledge.
Should keep what?
Should keep knowledge.
You say that's what you're seeking, right, my brother?
Yep.
Read.
And they should seek the law.
The what?
The law.
So what's the knowledge you're supposed to seek? The law. Read it again.
And they should seek the law.
The what?
The law.
The law. God's laws. Like when you walked up, we was talking about the beard. You can't cut down into your beard. I see you got some stuff growing back. You getting the knowledge. So guess what? Maybe you was seeking and the Lord brought you right here to the prophets. All praises to the Most High. You understand? So now let's get some of those laws. Give me the beard.
Yes, sir.
For my brother. Let's get the beard for my brother. Alright? Sit down. You see how the Lord work? Brother walk up with a big beard while we about to get on you about your beard.
That's right.
He wants you to see something.
Bring it up.
So guess what, my brother? You are keeping a commandment. You probably didn't even know it. Read.
Book of Leviticus chapter 21 and verse 5. They shall not make baldness upon their head. Neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard.
So guess what? We can't have bald heads. We can't make our head bald. Some of us going bald. Guess what? I just cut my hair down. I'm young, but it's getting a little light right there. There ain't nothing I can do about that. But I cannot shave my head bald.
That's right.
But you know what else I cannot do? I cannot shave my beard. Cannot destroy. I can't mar it. I can't cut down into it.
Right.
You can trim it down, but you cannot destroy that natural line. You understand? So now when y'all go get cleaned up, let the barber know, hey bro, listen. The Bible says I can't cut the beard, bro.
Right.
And you don't cut yours. All right? Read it again.
Book of Leviticus chapter 21 and verse 5. They shall not make baldness upon their head. Neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard.
And guess what? I'm telling you, God don't make no mistakes. Y'all know any bald head people, bald face? I'm telling you, they some of the most sneaky. I'm telling you, bald head people ain't right. Not the natural bald ones, but the people who say that, I'm telling you, something ain't right. Now, when you got a bald head, bald face person, it's a double whammy. I'm telling you, you gotta watch them. Bald head, I'm telling you, they're not right. Something just ain't right about it. The Bible said the law is spiritual. That's what it is.
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family.